It's really snowy out today, and I don't really want to drive and all that. Guess I'll have to make something with ingredients that I already have. What to make? Oh, I know! Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. Finishing up Frugal February, we will be making the last of the 4 delicious recipes that will hopefully help save you a few bucks by using ingredients you probably already have lying around your house. For this week's episode, we will be making some Spam fried rice. For this recipe, you will need some cooking oil, preferably one with a high smoke point, since we will be stir-frying with high heat. You will also need 4 eggs, 1 can of Spam, some garlic cloves, 6 cups of cooked day-old cold jasmine rice. It's important to use leftover rice since it allows the rice to dry out so that the grains will firm up and won't stick to each other, giving the fried rice a good texture. I accidentally made my rice with a bit too much water yesterday, so my rice is a little too clumpy, but it will still taste great regardless. Then you will need some green onion, and what's more frugal than growing your own? Then for our optional garnishes, you will also need some sesame seeds and some nori or seaweed. Additionally, for the teriyaki sauce, you will need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sake. If you don't have this, you can substitute it with some dry sherry or water, 2 tablespoons of mirin. You can also substitute this with some more sake or its substitutes, and 1 tablespoon of sugar or honey. I also recommend using a wok for this if you have one. You can use a normal frying pan, but the tall sides of the wok make it a lot easier to stir fry without spilling the food all over the place, though I still seem to manage to do so. First, combine your soy sauce, sake, mirin, and sugar or substitutes in a small mixing bowl until the sugar is dissolved, and then set it aside. Next, crack 4 eggs into a bowl, add a little bit of salt if desired, and then give them a good beating. Set that aside as well, and we will prepare the rest of the ingredients. Mince up the garlic and chop up your green onions as well. Then, for the Spam, we will be cubing the pieces, so slice the Spam into 1/2 inch or so pieces, and then slice these into strips, and then slice these into thirds. Then, for the nori, we will be shredding it, so with a pair of kitchen scissors, cut a piece of nori into thin slices like so. You can use a knife, but I find it a lot easier to just cut it like paper. Now that everything is prepped, heat your wok over high heat, and then add and warm up about a tablespoon or so of your oil. Once the pan is hot enough, pour in your beaten eggs. Your eggs will cook quickly, so keep stirring it to scramble the eggs, allowing it to cook evenly. When your eggs are about 3/4 of the way done, remove them from the pan and set them aside. Next, add some more oil, and then once it's hot enough, add in your Spam. Continue to cook and stir the Spam until all pieces turn golden brown, about 3 to 5 minutes or so. Then, add in your minced garlic, allowing it to cook for about a minute or so until it is fragrant. Next, add in your rice, and then add in your sauce mixture. Make sure to add it around the sides rather than the center. This will help contribute to the wok hei flavor and keep the moisture to a minimum. Mix together everything until the sauce covers the rice entirely and there's no more moisture in the wok. If your rice is drier than mine, it should be a lot easier to stir everything, but just break down the rice as best you can and just keep stir frying. Not sure why I didn't switch to using a spoon to do this, but yeah, definitely use that to mix the rice. Next, add back in your egg and mix and break it down into the rice. Once that's done, turn off the heat and then stir in the green onion. Garnish with some shredded nori and some sesame seeds, and your Spam fried rice is ready to eat. always love making fried rice because it's so easy to make and you can basically throw in whatever you have lying around and it will almost always taste amazing. In fact, fried rice is believed to have been invented as a way to use up leftovers. So even if you don't have Spam on hand, you can easily substitute it for whatever you have lying around. Speaking of which, the rice that I had, as I mentioned earlier, was a bit too wet for proper fried rice. You can see that it kind of mushed together at the end, which isn't really what you want. This is similar to how it would look if you used freshly made rice. So if you can, try to make your rice at least a day earlier, and with less water of course. You can also try drying it out in the oven if you're short on time. I would have remade the rice, but since we're trying to be frugal with our recipes this month, I thought it would be best to use the ingredients that I had, rather than wasting perfectly good rice. And as I mentioned before, despite being more sticky rice-like in texture, it still tastes great. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel.